out there running.
And Matthews into the fast break. Great handle by Purnell. He'll sting that low right corner.
Alley lines as well. Now the ball is scrambling here, and Kahn comes up with a huge save early on.
Barrett right back to Gaffney. Now Helton step down, shot finds the corner.
And they have numbers. Matthews, Kaliza, down to Purnell. Purnell back to the middle. Matthews picks the far side. Textbook fast break by the Bulldogs.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Exeter Stadium, Eustace Field here at Billball Stadium in Exeter, New Hampshire. I'm Harry Kozlowski here with Jay Abendroth, ready to bring you semifinal action of the Division I boys lacrosse title between the number 2 seed BG Cardinals and the Bedford Bulldogs, who come in at number 3. Both teams, Jay, coming in with identical records, 13-5. But Bedford lost the head-to-head contest against BG back on May 1st, 17-11, and that's why they are sitting at the number 3 seed instead of number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking for, two perennial powers in Division I lacrosse coming together in New Hampshire. Some would have thought at the beginning of the year it would have been the finals here, but here we are in the semifinals. Both teams have earned their way, and of course we have Pinkerton as the number 1 seed. We've seen a lot of strong out-of-state competition for both, and that's where some of the losses have come.
Yeah, that's worth noting is that BG is undefeated against all New Hampshire competition. But all 5 of their losses came against the New England prep schools, a lot of Massachusetts, Rhode Island schools that they took on.
Yeah, absolutely. Really stretching themselves, getting better competition. Not to say there's not good competition here, but really trying to see what they are in New England. And Bedford has done the same. It didn't fare quite as well when it came to the out-of-state competition.
Yeah, they also lost against all the out-of-state teams.
Yeah.
And plus the other 2 losses Bedford had were to Pinkerton and this BG squad.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, did BG play Pinkerton? I assume they did not.
I'm not sure. We can go ahead and check that.
I will take a look.
Yeah, that was a good question. Trivia right off the bat, but let's take a look.
You would think. Take a look right now. BG and Pinkerton. Apparently they did. Yes, they did. They beat them 16-8.
Yeah.
So Pinkerton right now sitting as the number 1 seed. And they're going to be playing against Exeter after this contest, and everybody expects Pinkerton to run away with it as the number 1 seed. But like you said, BG took them out, so you never know what's going to happen in a one-game championship.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the fun of this time of year. It's really kind of win or go home, and you get a lot of emotions. Young men who have played for a long time as a team, tons of emotions, and really high energy. That's what I expect from this game as well. Really good, solid lacrosse. Can't wait to see who comes out gunning first. And it's really going to be about keeping possession of the ball, keeping those emotions in check a bit, but also allowing yourself to play fast.
And also winning the face-offs. That's always critical in lacrosse. You want to be able to, if you score a goal, you win that face-off, you've got another chance, you keep the ball away from the opponent. Games can really get out of hand quickly if you don't win the face-off.
Absolutely. It's we've all played backyard basketball, and we played make it, take it, and that's what face-offs are. You go down and score a goal, and then if you have a strong face-off guy like the BG team does, you're able to get yet another possession, and you can kind of wear out a defense.
We'll take a moment right now to bring you our underwriters. We'll be back with the call of the game.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or Copperdoor.com.
Team's about ready to get on the field. BG wearing a combination I've not seen before. They're wearing gold tunics, it looks like, over green sleeves and green shorts. Bedford in their all blacks with red numbers and white trim.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that either. I actually thought it was their shooting shirts, as some teams may, oftentimes do before they don their games. But here we are, yellow for BG against the traditional green.
Teams approaching the center field, the Big E. And we're about to kick off here in this exciting contest. You know, BG has a history of having the upper hand on the Bedford Bulldogs. It would be great. It would really be, you know, getting a monkey off your back, taking out BG here in this playoff competition.
Yeah, absolutely. BG looms large, and these teams, the Bedford seniors, juniors, freshmen, and sophomore, everybody knows that BG is kind of the big elephant in the room. And I will say the first game was played very, very well, very tight for the first, let's say, 2 quarters, whereas BG was able to pull away. But I don't think Bedford has any concern going head to head here. They really just got to sustain it for 4 quarters.
Teams shake hands at the Big E, and we're ready to face off on this first of 2 semifinal games being played here at Bilball Stadium here in Exeter, New Hampshire. At the center dot, they face off. BG comes away with it. It's Vasquez who won that face-off, and now they control.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Bedford, fortunately for BG, is kind of as planned. Paulo Vasquez is a fantastic lacrosse player, really dominates at that X and started off the game as expected. We'll see what Dylan Riccio, the sophomore from Bedford, can do to maybe thwart a little bit or slow down Paulo as this game goes on.
BG with the ball, wearing yellow. That's Hayden. Pass down low. Now long goal line extended. Cross pass. A deep move and a shot and a score right there. BG on the board early. Cam Hayden with the goal.
Yeah, really nice play. The skip pass went across the top of the key. Hayden with a nice stick face got Santos chasing and was able to duck under and really had a hands-free shot. He's a good player there, Hayden, able to bury it in the back of the net for the first goal.
So Cam Hayden is the goal scorer, waiting to see if there's a assist granted. There was not. Ball out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover by BG. Bedford will finally have possession.
And I think that came from Sean McGarry, if I'm not mistaken, the attackman for BG for the assist, but we'll see what the official call is.
And now the black and red are on the attack.
Yeah, Bennett Matthews there, kind of the one-man clear, making an easy pass from Ethan Connon, running it down without much trouble. Let's see what Bedford can do as they sit in 6-on-6 lacrosse. They can get some movement. Goodrow
Trying to get by his man. Correction, that was 13.
Yeah, Bennett Matthews. Yep.
Shot backed up by the Bulldogs. They'll retain possession. Luke Purnell behind goal. Now he comes out, being guarded carefully. Still with the ball, gets it outside. That's Helton. Shot, ball on the ground, still loose. Now picked up by BG. What, did we get a whistle?
Yeah, I think we got a push there. Really nice play. It was a good opportunity from Helton from outside. Hit the post, goalie's best friend, and got a push somewhere on the ensuing ground ball. BG ball.
Cardinals up 1-0 here with just under 10 minutes to go here in the first period. Behind the Bedford goal. That's McGarry. Over to Schmidt.
And I think we see Bedford coming out in a zone here to try to stop those one-to-one man-to-man opportunities that BG can capitalize on.
Pass down low, shot off the mark. Hits a body, but BG gets it back. Now feet in front and another goal. This one is Hunter Schmidt. Quick give and goal. BG up quickly 2-0.
Yeah, there was a nice check, pretty harmless shot. Bounced off, I think, one of the BG players in the middle. They were able to pick it up and ride down. And yeah, again, a cutter coming through. A lot of the Bedford players taking a look at the ball and not the cutters. Pretty easy goal from BG. We'll see how Bedford can tighten that up a little bit.
Down 2-0 already. Another face-off. Need to win one here. Ball is too loose, kicked, and picked up there by the Cardinals. Is it legal to kick the ball like that?
It is, yeah. Oftentimes, especially in a scrum like that, that's the best way to kind of kill a stalemate and get it going your direction. Really nice play by the BG long pole. Tyler
McLeod was the one who got that done. Now here's Andre Steinbuch. Gets passed down to McGarry. Now behind X. Back to McGarry. Schmidt, number 24. Gets the pass down to the side, now behind X again. Pass out on top. Moving in closer, and the shot and the goal right there. Number 20, Beau Dubois.
Yeah, and as we see this replay, the ball came from back behind, and Dubois was able to just walk through, run through the stick check of Riccio. That's what's tough when you have a little bit of a zone. You're susceptible to those skip passes, and you may leave a big, strong offensive guy on a short stick defensive mini, and BG able to capitalize.
And Bedford calling timeout quickly, trying to regroup themselves. Only moments into this first quarter, and they are trailing by a score of 3-0. BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before, thanks to the Bedford Community Television app, available for free download on Apple iOS and Android Play Store. Download the Bedford Community Television app onto your phone or tablet today and enjoy our programming anywhere you go.
Yeah, we see a really fast jump from BG here. Definitely got off the bus, ready to go. I think Bedford, if I'm Coach Gaudreau, I'm kind of telling them, hey, it's a long game. Everybody calm down, right? Let's do what we have been doing all season that got us here. That'll make us successful. But right here we have a need for a ground ball on this face-off from Bedford.
I was going to ask you how falling behind this quickly kind of demoralizes the team, and I'm sure that's why the coach called the timeout to get his boys back on the about thinking about the game, about getting a goal in net here.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about being down 3.
Yeah, and emotions run high, right? These games are pretty streaky in the beginning, but I have no doubt that both the teams will settle in, Bedford included, as we see a win on the face-off X for Bedford. And again, that'll be the key. It gets demoralizing when you get scored on and then you lose the face-off and they have another possession. But we saw Riccio winning a face-off there with a call, and if he can continue that up, I think Bedford will be just fine as they settle in.
Here's Brody Helton with the ball, gets knocked down. Ball goes over the center line. It's going to be BG ball.
Yeah, unfortunate play there. Helton not quite able to keep his feet, trying to pass up to Matthews. Just trajectory is a little bit too high. Easy, nice defense by BG. Let's see if the defense of Bedford can hold strong.
Here's Cam Hayden with the ball. He scored the first BG goal. They're leading 3-0 here with 7:42 to go in the first. Here's Owen King. Shot saved by the keeper.
Yeah, nice save by Kahn. Stood strong. Pretty easy save right in his stick. Let's see how Bedford does on this clear, which has been something they've had to work hard at all year, especially as BG is now coming up for a 10-man ride. The shot by Kahn goes a little bit wide and BG backed up.
Yeah, that was interesting that Kahn decided to take a shot on goal. Maybe he thought he was going to catch the goalkeeper out of position.
Yeah, that's something we've seen teams be successful against Bedford with the 10-man ride as Bedford takes over an errant pass and gets an odd man opportunity. See if they can capitalize.
That's Capello with the ball.
Yeah, but just going back, that'll be something we'll have to watch as BG implements a 10-man ride, and that means the goalie actually comes out and guards an attackman so more people can crowd the midfield. Let's see what Bedford can do on that clear as an answer.
Kenan Matthews fires a shot, backed up by the Bulldogs. They'll retain possession. Purnell comes off from behind X. Tried to get it to John Purnell, but that was off the mark, out of bounds, turnover Bedford.
Yeah, that's a tough one. They saw the brother-to-brother connection. It was the right pass. Unfortunately, John was starting to sink up, sheet up, and missed that ball.
Hudson Schmidt puts the ball on the ground, and Bedford able to capitalize to pick up the loose ball here. So Trevor Abendroth.
I think that's Cam Santos actually taking on number 4.
It is? He's not wearing
yeah, it is.
So the roster's wrong here. Okay, Cam Santos. So Bulldogs on the attack. John Purnell. Pass up to Brody Helton. Bedford slowing things down here. Helton takes the ball way out, getting ready to set up the Bedford attack here. Now Helton closes in, takes a long shot that he had his stick hit. Didn't get the shot he wanted on goal, but it is backed up, so Bedford will maintain. Bulldogs just looking to get a clean shot on goal here. This is Purnell. Fires a high shot over the shoulder, and they get on the board.
Yeah, really nice individual effort there by Purnell, and I think you were right. As we kind of see him looking, he's looking to feed here and then sees some opening, gets that step and unleashes a low to high. We talk a lot about the outside shots, changing levels, low to high, high to low, etc. Purnell did a great job at that, and I give him a lot of credit because he was trying to pass first, but then saw the opening, took it, and scored.
Face off again. Schmidt picks it up cleanly. BG wins it, but the pass goes almost out of bounds. Able to recover right there was number 18, Noah Guerrera. So the Cardinals on the attack now. This is Redfern with it, up high. Waits for Jeremy Warren. McGarry now behind X. Ball comes back out, now back behind X. Pass up to McGarry. BG working that perimeter, now behind the goal. Try to get it inside, ball's deflected. There's a chase for the ball. Bedford player loses the stick, and Jeremy Warren's able to maintain possession here for BG.
Yeah, we see Bedford still in this zone, and BG trying to find that skip pass, the softness in the zone so they can get an outside open shot. Good sticks by Bedford to knock that ball down.
BG changing some personnel here. Bo Du Bois coming out on the field now, along with Cam Hayden. Hayden gets the pass. Picks up a check, now passes it over. Shot high over the net. Bo Du Bois misses the net, but they back it up. So BG still with it. 4 minutes to go here in the first. 3-1. Guertin leads. Sean McGarry makes a move, gets the pass out. There's a shot and a save by Kahn. It's 2 big saves there for the Bedford keeper.
Yeah, and we see BG definitely prepared for this zone as they run a couple different plays. Got some peril for Bedford as the ball is passed down from Kahn.
Yeah, it was knocked off the stick. Bedford's got to be careful here, maintain possession. But we get a timeout here. I guess, I believe it was Bedford called that?
Yeah, I think one referee was calling failure to advance, the other was calling timeout. See what happens here.
So well-timed timeout there by Bedford. They're having trouble getting out of the zone, but timeout saves their possession.
Yeah, nice call by Coach Gaudreau. As I was saying, as Bedford goes into a zone, BG was definitely ready. They were running plays, definitely had some picks, etc. This looks a lot like what their man-up opportunities would look like. So see if if Bedford can hold strong. If not, maybe they have to go back to man-to-man. But that'll be an important chess match in this game as it progresses.
While we've got a moment here, remind you that it's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Go to bedford1051.com for our stream link. We also stream on apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. And if you have an Alexa-enabled device, just say, Alexa, play Bedford 105.1. Hope you're enjoying this audio-only broadcast. These semifinals and finals in the NHIAA, we're not allowed to broadcast video. We'll have the video of it for you in a couple days. We'll have it on BCTV, channels 8 and 1072. But for right now, we bring you the audio of call of the games so you know what's going on live on radio and on those same BCTV channels. Ready to resume play here.
Yeah, we see Bedford with the ball, still has to clear. Setting something up. We see Matthews is triple teamed, actually.
Got to find an outlet. He does find a man there. Parker Gupta. Pass inside to Purnell. That shot, I thought it was blocked, but it was a foul called by the official.
Yeah, really nice play by Bedford out of that. They had caught BG with 3 men on the ball, and Parker Gupta was open. Took advantage of the 2-on-1 on this side. John Purnell came in, bodied, took the inside roll, and was thrown underneath the goalie, in essence, into the goal. So flag was, laundry was thrown, and number 45.
Eli Zeman, he's going to take a seat for about a minute, right?
Yeah, he's in the bin. So let's see, the first extra man opportunity for either team. Let's see how Bedford can handle this.
Gupta gets it behind Guertin. Now back up to Brody Helton. Bulldogs working the perimeter, pass inside. Oh, great interception there by Andre Steinbrook. Really broke up the power play there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a great interception there as Bedford was trying to feed the center of the field, center of the crease. Probably had a really nice opportunity, but Steinbrook was able to snatch that ball out of the air. I think we have a timeout now.
Long pass goes out of bounds. I believe Bedford will have possession here, unless the timeout was called before the pass.
Yeah, I think they got the timeout before that happened, so good opportune timeout by Coach Cameron.
Both coaches have to be in this game, know what's going on, and be ready to call the timeout when needed.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, you know, it's kind of, the coaches play more and more of a factor when you get to this level and this late in the season, because the passing, the catching, the, you know, kind of the simple mental things are kind of taken care of. So now you have to get to that next level strategy. As we see a bunch of 10-man rides, you know, different rides than Bedford has seen thrown out by BG. Or on the flip side, we see a zone by Bedford where BG has to go, you know, compare against that and try to beat it. So I think that's the next level strategy for the coaches.
And the BG coaches break up their huddle. Bedford still in theirs. Now it breaks up. Play about to resume. BG will control. Here, 2:44 to go in the first. Cardinals with the 3-1 lead here in the semifinal contest. Play resumes. Cam Hayden carries it over midfield.
Yeah, very nice clear by Cam Hayden, kind of a walk in the park type of thing, but he's a big, strong player for BG. Pretty simple when you're running through some attackmen trying to throw some defense at you.
The extra man expires for Bedford, so Zeman back on the field. Cardinals take shot. That's wide, backed up. Shot coming off the stick of Beau Dubois.
Yeah, and that was an outside shot. That's one of those ones from up top you actually give up when you're in the zone. Ethan Kahn's a very good goalie, and you'll expect him to make that 15 to 18-yard save more often than not.
High shot there by Michael Ponto. Once again backed up, so Cardinals maintain possession. Dubois. Bedford gets the loose ball. They come back on the attack. Pass inside. Tries to hold it. And the shot in.
Yeah, young Teddy LaPointe. Yeah.
He faked the shot to his man on the side, took the shot himself, and beat the keeper.
Yeah, really nice play all around. Cam Santos with good hands, drops the ball to the ground, gets it going in the right direction. I think that was Dylan Riccio who picked it up, got it to Mr. Purnell, the older Purnell, and then got it to Teddy LaPointe. Really nice play. Good transition opportunity for Bedford that they cashed in on.
It's a new game now. Just a 1-goal deficit for the Bulldogs. They're clawing their way back into this. Didn't start well, but they've gotten themselves back into it, now trailing just by 1. 3-2. About 90 seconds to go in this quarter. BG wins the face-off. McGarry slows things down. Looks for an outlet. Schmidt with the ball. Now they pass out from behind the goal, back up top. That's Hayden. McGarry. Now here's Schmidt getting through his man, but gets checked off the ball. And Kahn picks up the loose ball. Bedford has a chance here. In transition quickly, watch out from behind. Little bounce shot there by Matthews over the net, but Bedford will retain possession. So Bedford really coming off quickly when they pick up those loose balls. They're ready to transition on the attack.
Yeah, really nice pass by Kahn up to Matthews, who had made the initial check. And as we see Purnell hounded by, is that Steinbrook there?
Can't get the ball. Now BG finally picks it up. Steinbrook gets it.
Yeah, good individual defense there. Bedford has started to get some momentum. That would have been huge to get shot on goal, but Steinbrook took care of that one with some strong defense.
Shot and a save there by Kahn. Bedford comes back. Over midfield into the offensive end. Loses the ball, but they draw a penalty. So it looks like BG would be down a man once again.
Now I'm interested to see what type of flag this is for. Either way, I think we got a little bit of a timeout and some momentum going Bedford's way. Some strong hustle.
It is the end of the first quarter. BG leads 3-2. Bedford coming back with the last 2 goals. And they will be with the man advantage when we resume play, and they'll switch sides. We at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. We thank Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door. Thank you again for your support of Bedford Sports on BCTV and Bedford 105.1.
Yeah, so here we are at the end of the first quarter. You had talked about early, BG getting out, and, demoralizing and all those types of things. As we see, these young men can settle down and they know what they're doing. And it's good to see Bedford really stick to some of the fundamentals. That zone is holding up very strongly against BG's offense. And we saw a little bit of chaos, some fast breaks, some balls on the ground that Bedford's able to take care of. And here they are, 3-2. So really nice mini comeback in that first quarter for Bedford.
Yeah, a little bit of success, I think, kind of helps you there.
Yeah.
You got off to a really bad start. Coach calls a timeout, calms everybody down, and you just stick with your game plan, and you get a break, you get a goal, you get another goal. You had a couple good close calls, and now you've got the man advantage here to start the second quarter. And going into the toward the end with the sun. Not sure if that'll be a factor.
Yeah, and in sports, you always walk in at this level, you always walk in saying, I can do this, but once you start getting some evidence back behind you and some good plays and solid plays, that's really what starts to build and grow. So let's see going into the second quarter if Bedford can continue that momentum. Again, I think they are going to be man up. Number 23, Hunter Duaney, with some type of foul. We didn't quite catch it, but Bedford on the second man up of the game for them.
John Purnell. To Helton. Ball on the ground. Luke Purnell picks it up. Gets it out quickly. You've got to chase it before it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a tough one on a man up. Losing the ball like that on the sidelines after a pass.
So now BG coming back. Playing a man short. They can just run off the clock here. Noah Guerra. He's just waiting things out. Beau Dubois joins him. Guerra goes back to the bench. Boys just going to burn off this penalty. I assume it's a 1 minute man up here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Hayden goes on the field now. Now 24, Hudson Schmidt comes out.
Yeah, here we are, back to 6-on-6 lacrosse after that penalty has expired.
Here's Hayden. Du Bois. Shot high. Kahn sees it all the way. Gets it with the net. Bedford coming back. Over the midfield stripe. They're in the BG end now. Quick shot, backed up. Goes wide. Bedford will control.
Yeah, nice save by Kahn, standing tall, as we said. The Bedford defense giving up long-range shots, which is okay against the BG team, and Matthews able to bring it down fast, and he's a shooter. Unfortunately missed the cage here, but Bedford backed it up, and Purnell here on the attack again.
John over to Luke Purnell. Still with it, tries to pick up a pick here. Gets it over to Gupta. John Purnell down low to Capello. Capello behind the goal. Taking some flack, changes direction. Trying to find an outlet.
And we see a little bit of confusion here as BG is face guarding Brody Helton, one of the big strong midfielders for Bedford that we all know about. And they're basically...
Wow, what a center. Did you catch that?
Yeah, so I think that was Capello down low. I think he hit the cage, or hit the post.
Oh, blow to the head. That's going to get a penalty. It is a shot on net, and it's stopped there by the keeper, Feliciano. But it's going to be another penalty, and it looks like Helton is hurt.
Yeah, he landed a bit awkwardly on that leg. Took a bunch of a beating. I think we see Helton starting to step up here. But really,
that was a hockey move, centering the ball to Capello low, and he had to stick down low and almost redirected it into the net. It's a play you don't really see that often on the field here.
Yeah, it's very good as we talked. Helton is up and walking around, so a little bit sore perhaps, but he'll deal with that later. And as you said, yeah, as BG is face guarding Brody Helton, that basically means they have a man staring at Brody in the face, doesn't even care where the ball is. What that does is it creates some space to allow other players, shooting lanes, passing lanes, and those type, and that's what you saw, really, for the hockey analogy, a centering puck, and Capello is there, unfortunate to hit the post, but really nice play.
So Duaney picks up another penalty here for BG. Bedford man up. Pass across, shot high, stopped by Feliciano. Going to be backed up, not quite, but picked up there by Luke Purnell. Gets it over to John Purnell. He fires the high shot and scores. All tied up, 3-3.
Yeah, really nice hustle. A little bit of chaos. Ball was on the ground, but Bedford sent more guys than BG did and got a little bit of an odd man, and Purnell stepped in. First, I didn't know if he was going to pass it off, but took a couple crow hops, went a little bit sidearm, mid to high. I think Feliciano wanted that one back, but he can't have it. Here we see 3-3.
So we got a new game here. Bulldogs come back. Now let's try to win a few face-offs here. Ball still loose on the ground. Still loose. Nobody's picked it up yet. Bedford had a chance at it, but no, BG picks it up. And now they are on the attack behind the goal. Here's Owen King. Pass over now to Cam Hayden. Back to King. All tied up at 3 here in the second quarter. This is Schmidt and King. King goes behind goal line extended. Gets it to Ponto. Pass out front. Shot low to high. Stopped by Kahn. Ball on the ground. Ball still loose. Who's going to pick it up? Finally, the Bulldogs get it. Jordan O'Hearn. I'm sorry, not Jordan O'Hearn. That's number 16.
Yeah,
Frangillo.
Will Frangillo. Yeah, Frangillo.
Looking at the wrong roster. Pass turnover there. BG intercepts. They come back on offense. Owen King. The shot wide, backed up by BG.
Yeah, a lot of confusion there as we saw the ball back and forth, and the shot may be ill-timed as Khan, the goalie, was the backup as the BG attackman wasn't far enough back. Lucky break a bit for Bedford as they try to re-clear.
So now the Bulldogs on the attack, all tied up to 3. They scored the last 3 goals. Here's Bennett Matthews, waits. Still waiting, Helton with him there. Helton giving him a screen. Helton trying to make his move now. Fires up, quick shot. Hits a body, comes back out. Helton picks up the loose ball. Helton wheeling around, goes behind, goal line extended. Being checked there by the BG defender. Helton trying to fight his way back in front, fires a shot, and scores.
Yeah, very nice goal there by
wraparound.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you face guard with a short stick. If that player gets the ball, then you have one of your strongest and biggest midfielders with the ball from behind. Helton very comfortable with contact as he came around, goal line extended. EG tried to throw some help defense there, but Helton really just ran through it and dunked it home. Nice play by Bedford.
Bedford with 4 straight. They take the lead here with 6:57 to play in the half. Cardinals win the face-off and they go on the attack.
And Bedford seems, as BG is changing, seems to be sticking with this zone. It's doing pretty well for them as they're only giving out outside shots. Coach Gaudreau's got to be pretty happy with the result thus far.
Schmidt over to Du Bois. Now King, back to Du Bois. Pass inside to McGarry. To King, centering, shot, that goes wide. They're going to call it BG ball.
And again, we see a shot, a relatively hard shot, but really there was no peril there. Not on cage, pretty far out. Con would have had it if it was close enough to the cage. Nice defense by Bedford.
Du Bois gets the ball back. There's a shot that goes off somebody's stick, a Bedford player. Shot by McGarry. Backed up, stays with the Cardinals.
Yeah, we talked about momentum. Here we see Bedford's zone really stymieing the BG offense, and BG, who is up to a quick 3-1 lead, those goals aren't coming as quickly and easily, and so you get a little bit of doubt settling in. Let's see if BG can get a little bit more movement and making Bedford have to extend and reach to create some open passing lanes.
McGarry back to King behind X. Back to McGarry. This is Schmidt. Hayden, one-on-one, changes direction, goes in, runs into another defender. Releases the ball, gets it down low. And a similar goal to the one that was scored by Bedford. That's number 14, Michael Ponto. Gets it along goal line X, turns around, dunks it in. It's all tied at 4.
Yeah, we see the replay here as Gary was able to, up front, make a move and start to have Bedford think about doubling the ball, and that created a passing situation where 2 extra passes, and we got Ponto coming in against a short stick. Ponto, no stranger to some contact, was able to put his shoulder into Teddy LaPointe, create some separation, and then was standing there on the doorstep ready to take it home.
So the Cardinals back on the board for the first time since they had a 3-0 lead. And they win that face-off. They have won the majority of the face-offs. Really, Bedford, I don't think Bedford's won a clean face-off yet.
No, I don't think so. I think Paulo Vasquez is just too skilled there. I will say, though, Bedford has done a really nice job, that last one excluded, of making it not a one-on-one battle at the face-off X, making the wings come in and play a part in the face-off win. It's the only way you can stymie a really strong face-off guy.
Shot by Cam Hayden wide. They're going to award this to Bedford. No BG player in position to back it up.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. It's really, some of these shots are very harmless when it comes down to it. They're missing by a couple yards and no backup. It's really kind of given, it's like a turnover in some regards for BG.
That pass is deflected. And Matthews is able to pick it right back up. Gets around his man. Matthews now has some room. Gonna wait Nope, he's going to decide to shoot. Wide, but backed up there by Luke Purnell.
Yeah, and that's such a big difference from what we're seeing down at BG. That was a shot, a little bit of a spin, turnaround, no look, but they had the backup. And so knowing you're going to get that if it misses cage is a huge benefit and allows you to take some risks.
Another attempt to hit Capello close in. Capello couldn't control that pass. Picked up by BG, and here they come. Across the midfield stripe. Du Bois. Colby Boyd there, number 7. Calling his name for the first time.
This is also a big difference is I think BG plays a bit more of their bench, and so it takes them a bit longer once they decide to go 6-on-6, and they basically change out wholesale all their midfielders. It's hard to get into a rhythm.
They have a huge roster. I mean, they have, I think, it's twice as many on their roster than Bedford does. So
yeah, they have a lot of players, a lot of really strong second and third stringers, and it's a good opportunity for kids this age to be on the sidelines, even if you maybe not are going to play or maybe haven't played with the varsity all year. It's a great opportunity for next year and starting to learn.
Hayden gets it to King. King decides to pull it back. Hayden fires a shot, scores. On the return from King.
Yeah, that was one. We talked about those outside shots, but Hayden with the ball was open. That was some heat too. Con actually had his stick there and deflected it, but just some gas coming down from the middle. Hayden put some extra oomph on that one, and not much Con can do when it's going that fast. I mean, these balls can go upwards of 9,500 miles an hour. I'm not quite sure that one was all the way up there, but for high school, that was a very fast shot.
And there's your face-off win there by the Bulldogs. Quick shot and a goal to tie it up. Dylan Riccio, unassisted, right off the face-off.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Tried a different move and was able to go out the front, meaning pushing the ball forward and flick it to himself. And no real defense, was able to take advantage and score. That's a huge momentum shift for Bedford. Really nice play by Riccio.
A couple times now I've seen it where Bedford has fired a shot quickly, and maybe you have a goaltenders expecting things to slow down, waiting for Bedford to set things up, and instead, boom, the shot comes right away.
Yeah, absolutely. And once you get a face-off guy, they're not your traditional shooters either. So you're guessing if you're a goalie, and a lot of goals get scored by those face-off guys because the goalie guesses.
We're going to get an interference penalty on Bedford. It's unfortunate because they had come up with the loose ball there. But now BG will have their first extra man.
Yeah, I think they waved that off.
Oh, did they?
It's still gonna be. I'm not quite sure why the flag was thrown. Looked like just a procedure call, but 6-on-6 lacrosse right now.
So when they pick up the flag and wave it like that,
Yeah.
that means that no penalty. Okay.
Yeah, waved off in essence.
There's a centering pass, shot wide. Nice hit there. Is that Santos number 4, you said?
Yes, it is. Cam Santos was wearing 14.
Well, he laid out his man. But BG maintains control. Du Bois shot. I'm not sure if that hit Con or if it hit the post.
Yeah, I think that was a post. The goalie's best friend, so Ethan will say that's a save. And it was. You can't argue with him. Ball didn't go in the net.
So BG still with the ball, all tied up at 5. There's a high shot. Going to be backed up by BG. They'll maintain control. 2 minutes to go here in the half. The game has started off very one-sided, has turned into a contest.
Yeah, and some of it, we'll see what Coach Cameron does at halftime, but BG is really just settling for a lot of outside shots. We've seen some good ones that have turned into goals, but more often than not, they're kind of prayers being that far out. I'd love to see him move the ball around a little bit more and find some creases in this zone because, well, not really. I'm a Bedford fan, but from a lacrosse standpoint, you'd really like to see him move the ball a bit. But credit to Bedford. They are clogging up the middle, making it hard for BG to get some quality shots.
Hayden and McGarry just playing catch right now. Here's Du Bois. Down low. Now here's a shot from the far side by McGarry. That goes wide, backed up by BG. King picks it up. Play resumes. Dubois gets the pass. Hayden gets it back. Now here's Schmidt. Finds King along the perimeter. Ponto behind the net, back up front. Dubois, low shot blocked. Ponto is in position to pick it up, but nope. Bedford player, LaPointe, able to pick it up. Oh, now it's on the ground again. BG gets it back. Hayden tries to take a shot, does finally, goes high. Possession stays with BG, 41 seconds to go here in the half.
Yeah, this is a big time for Bedford. They really have to have a stop. I think we have a timeout for BG. Coach Cameron knew it was a big time as well. 5-5 going into halftime, trying to steal a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the ball was turned over in the back here because Bedford could have had that possession going into the half.
Yeah.
You know, both teams want to go into the halftime with the lead. But this game has been pretty tightly contested. Only 10 goals between them in one half. You know, they're playing some tight defense here.
Yeah, it's really been the tale of two halves for, you know, on the offensive half. Bedford trying to deal with a face dodge or face guarding of Brody Helton, but taking advantage of some of the room. And on defense, it's really when Bedford is in a unsettled situation where they've given up their goals. They're really staying pretty strong on the defensive half when it's 6-on-6 lacrosse.
So after this contest, it's going to be the other half of the tournament bracket. It'll be number 1 Pinkerton Academy against number 4 Exeter. And Jay, you and I are going to stick around and call that game for our friends at Blue Hawk Media.
Absolutely, and look at this, you know, beautiful weather, good lacrosse. Where else would you rather be?
Absolutely. Yeah, these nice days have been hard to come by this year.
Exactly. Take advantage, be outside. Although we're inside, but we got an open window here, so take advantage.
A little bit of a breeze. Huddles break up. We're ready to resume play here. BG will have the ball with 37.8 seconds to go, all tied up at 5 apiece. Winner advances to the finals.
Yeah, I look to see Coach Cameron to have installed or called a play here against the Bedford zone to try to get an easy one as we close the half.
So Hayden walking slowly with the ball, letting time run down, 25 seconds. They're just going to wait for the clock to run down. They've got their own scoreboard clock they can watch, 17 seconds. Little hidden ball trick here. And the ball's loose on the ground, picked up there by Ponto. Clock is winding down, but the low line drive beats Kahn. They're going to get that goal anyway. 2.1 seconds to go.
Oh man, that was a cheap one. Kahn definitely wants that back. As you see the replay, Ponto, really 2 seconds left, just throwing it. I don't think Kahn could see it. He had a bit of a screen, probably wasn't expecting it from that far out. Man, I was going to say this is a really strong hold from Bedford. That's a tough one to give up. But again, you walk into halftime knowing that was a bit of a cheapo. So a little bit of a tighten up, you can stop that moving forward. But credit to BG, they played through the total clock.
Yeah, they got that loose ball, and now they got a goal lead here as the horn fires. And that's going to do it for the first half of action. Quick goal there at the end by Michael Ponto gives the BG Cardinals a 6-5 lead going into the half. I'm Harry Kozlowski with Jay Abendroth here. We're going to bring you second half action in just a moment. We're going to take a pause now for our underwriters, then we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or Copperdoor.com.
And welcome back to Exeter Stadium here, Millball Stadium, Eustace Field. We're ready for second half action here at the Division I Boys Championship semifinal here between the Bishop Guertin Cardinals and Bedford Bulldogs. It is a 6-5 score. BG up thanks to a last-second goal by Michael Ponto, coming in at just 2.1 seconds remaining in the first half. Give you a quick recap of scoring. BG jumping up quickly 3-0 thanks to goals by Cam Hayden, Hunter Schmidt, and Beau Dubois. It was Luke Purnell answering at the 5:30 mark of the first, made it 3-1. Then Ted LaPointe for the Bulldogs made it 3-2. And John Purnell tied it up 3-3. And then Brody Helton was able to jump on a quick shot and put Bedford up briefly 4-3. Michael Ponto tied it up at 5:22 of the second quarter, 4-4. Cam Hayden, I'm sorry, Michael Ponto, yeah, he made it, he tied the game up. Then it was Cam Hayden took the lead with a shot at 3:14, made it 5-4 BG. Then Dylan Riccio off a face-off at 3:06, made it 5-5, and then finally Ponto's goal with 2 seconds to go is where we are right now with a 6-5 BG lead.
Yeah, as you look at it, first half, very tight game. BG probably led in by a large margin in time of possession and face-offs and shots, but Bedford really taking advantage of the chaos and holding their own when it comes to defense and then being able to transition. We'll see what adjustments each of the coaches have made, because there are plenty to make as we get into the second half.
So Vasquez wins the face-off there for BG, and the Cardinals are on offense once again. Up by a goal here in the third quarter, taking their time. Changing some players here. Schmidt gets on the field. Oh, nice interception there. Bedford able to get the long stick on that. That was Cam Santos with the great interception.
Yeah, nice play by Santos, able to just stick his stick out there. Kind of a lazy pass across the middle, able to pluck it out of the air and get a Bedford opportunity on offense.
Tried to hit Capella there with a pass, that got away from him. Bedford controls. Matthews over to Brody Helton. He's double teamed. Helton moves to the outside, changes direction, fires a shot. That goes off the stick of Feliciano. Backed up by the Bulldogs. They maintain possession here. Great shot by Purnell. Now stopped by Feliciano. Bedford able to get that loose ball, so they maintain control here, and they lose it again. Takeaway there by BG, so you got to control the ball. Now it goes out of bounds off the BG player, so Bedford gets it back. So a little crazy control there. Yeah, Bedford had it, BG had it, and then BG turns it over.
Eli Zeman with nice pressure on Parker Gupta was able to get the ball loose, pick it up, a nice ride and some body-to-body contact, got the ball out of bounds. Bedford has another opportunity.
Here's Bennett Matthews, loses the stick. Tries to knock the ball loose, but BG comes away with it anyway. A little bit of pressure, Cardinals able to avoid, now the ball loose on the ground. Pick it up quickly and a quick goal. Michael Ponto again, his third goal of the game. Picked up the loose ball, turned around, fired it quickly, caught Kahn a little surprise there. Ran right through the 5-hole.
Yeah, and sometimes that bouncing ball going towards your goal is always tough, and BG able to pick it up as Will Frangillo, excuse me, was going body. Ball actually got through both. He was expecting his man to pick it up and dislodge it, but got through both of them. Ponto able to pick it up and throw it past Kahn. Unfortunate turn of events in a bang-bang play there.
Good fight there. Bedford able to pick up that face-off. Dylan Riccio doing a good job there, using his feet to knock the ball over and maintain control. So now Bedford on the offense. Capello waits for some of his teammates to join him in the offensive end. Now he gets it over to Helton. Far, far away from the net. Lots of room here to get a little head of steam going. Helton gets by his man. Runs into another man, shoots as he's going down, but it's backed up by the Bedford Bulldogs, so they retain possession. Is Luke Purnell coming back out from behind extended goal line. Tried to get a little help there from Helton. Leaves the ball there. Helton fires a quick wrister. Stopped by Feliciano, and BG controls.
Yeah, nice.
That's kind of a subtle, you know, like I'd call that a wrist shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice stick, nice handle. Feliciano is equal to the task. We're seeing BG2 really focus on Helton and Matthews, face guarding either one of them without the ball. Look to see Purnell and Evan Capello and Parker Gupta and some others really take advantage of the short sticks as they get some space with the attention put on Matthews and Helton.
So BG on offense with Gary to Ponto behind the net. Ponto with 3 goals today. Back up top to Hayden. McGarry, Schmidt to Hayden. Hayden gets it to Schmidt, bouncing ball. Wide of the goal, backed up by BG. They'll maintain control. 8:16 to play here in the third. Cardinals up 7-5. Hayden. Du Bois. Makes a cut, but Gary fires a shot that goes off the post.
And here we see more outside shots. So Bedford defense holding strong, doing it what it wants to do is give up those lower percentage outside shots instead of giving up the ones in tight.
Another shot goes wide. That was from Hayden this time. BG backs it up though. Du Bois to Hayden. Takes a quick shot, stopped by Kahn, saw it all the way.
Yeah, and when Ethan can see the ball, that's going to be a pretty easy save every day. Nice save, good, easy clear by Bedford as they run it down. Let's see if Bedford can hold on a little bit possession here as their defense is likely a little bit tired after a long stretch. Great to see them, you know, take some time off the clock and then score.
It's
in that order.
Yeah, obviously. Luke Purnell here. Drifting away from the net, drawing some flack. Now decides to make his way toward the net. Changes direction. Purnell dishes it out. Gupta, pass inside to Capello. Once again, that hockey centering move. Capello couldn't quite get the shot away, though. Now BG gets the ball back. And what do we have here? Timeout? It is a timeout. Cardinals will call it with 6:50 to go here in the third quarter. BG up by 2, 7-5. You know, this is the time of year when all the high school sports really could use officials. So if you've got a background in lacrosse and you'd like to kind of get back in the game in a certain way, you know, they could use knowledgeable officials in all NHIAA sports. And it's a great thing you can do. You can pick up a little bit of pocket money doing it, but more importantly, it allows you to stay connected to the game you love and teach qualities like impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials protect the integrity of the games we love and teach and enforce the rules of play. If you're interested in becoming a high school official, just go to the website NHIAA.org and find out more.
Yeah, so as we get into the second half, I mean, Bedford's got a lot of things working their way. We saw on the replay a few minutes ago, Gupta with a really nice pass into Capello. I think Bedford's finding some cracks in the defense of BG. Just Feliciano standing tall and just not able to bury those. If they can get 1 or 2 of those, I think it's going to really create some momentum in this game.
Well, they've got to maintain possession here. BG's got the ball right now. Hayden Gets away from his man, pulls back, moves it to Schmidt, McGarry, Ponto, back to McGarry. Schmidt. And a shot by number 20, Beau Dubois, his second goal. And the lead increases for BG. It's up to 8-5 now.
Yeah, as we see BG moving the ball around, Bedford trying to rotate. Boy was able to slip the body check of Colby Boyd, and Teddy Point a bit late getting there. Nice finish. Tough one for Bedford because they were really sticking with those slides and covering the ball well. Didn't quite make that last one.
Well, the Bulldogs are down 3 and they were able to come back, so they've got their work cut out for them once again here in the second half.
And I think it starts right here at the face-off X's. We see young Dylan Riccio, the younger of the Riccios, jumping, and another win for BG.
So Ponto behind X with the ball. Bedford guarding. McGarry. Back to Ponto. Up to McGarry. Gets it over to number 22. That's Jeremy Warren. Here's Warren again. And Jack Redford out there now, number 41, so BG going to their bench here.
Yeah, we see BG, willing to kind of take the air out of the ball. They're moving it, but really not making an attempt on goal. Sucking up some more game time that Bedford needs as possession on their side.
McGarry shows shot, pulls away. Redford. Now Warren's going to come off and another player will take his place. BG changing players on this possession. Like I said, this is just taking the air out of the ball. Letting the clock run down. We're down to 5 minutes here in the third.
Yeah, and this is some of the benefit of the BG bench as you get into the third. Warm day, you're able to run fresh legs out there and get a bit of a shift for the second midfield and still possess the ball. That's good for BG.
Just playing catch here on the perimeter. Du Bois got the last goal, gets it to McGarry, bounces it off the ground. What can the Bulldogs do here? Can they do anything to disrupt this time-wasting pattern here? Can they get a little more aggressive, or is that the whole point? They want to get people to move away from the goal. There's a shot. Hahn picks it up cleanly. So after about 2 minutes of possession there, BG comes up with empty-handed. Now Bedford gets the ball back. They're down by 3, 8-5. They got to score here. Bennett Matthews. Loses the handle. Gets it back. Loses it again. No ball security problem here. Oh, the ball finally bounces to Feliciano dangerously, but he's able to grab that. So BG with possession once again.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I think Bennett Matthews saw some openings one-on-one. Another goal with
shot off the ground. Michael Ponto, goal number 4. Came out from behind goal line X.
Yeah, and as we saw, nice play. Credit to BG, but Bedford really, when you get the air let out, rush and trying to get back in transition. Teddy the Point a little bit slow to get there. Easy goal for BG, and you can't blame Bennett. He saw an opening. He's a one-on-one player who can take most anybody in this game and others, but BG was able to double him, get the ball on the ground, and all that work to get the ball back after a couple minutes of playing defense, squandered, and then the bang goal. That's a tough one to take.
Yeah, if you're gonna attack the defense and take contact, you got to protect the ball better. You got to be able to get that ball, that stick away from your defender, try to maintain possession instead of letting it get on the ground.
Yeah, so you asked the question before, what can you do if Bedford's there?
Yeah.
BG's, it's really two things. First, you can start talking to the officials who can call a stall warning and make BG keep the ball in the restraining area. But secondly, as we've seen BG do, you have to do something to disrupt that flow. Maybe go out and extend further, or get into, lock off certain guys. So the normal flow of passing to the next guy, passing to the next guy, you have to disrupt that, make BG think about it a little bit more, and then extend pressure. But it all comes with getting your stick on their stick and really trying to make them to, force them to make an error. And hoping the refs will come help you with a stall warning too.
Timeout over. Huddles are broken up and teams return to the field. Bulldogs have to get going here in the second half. They kept it close. They had a lead briefly in the first, 4-3. Since then, it's been all BG. They scored 4 straight. And they win another face-off. They've been winning most of them today.
Yeah, I think they're up at 75, 80% in the win category, which is creates a tall mountain to climb when you're Bedford, especially when BG's also taking the time of possession away from you, or winning that battle. So Bedford's got to do something here, and I think they're going to have to extend on defense to make sure they can get the ball on the ground and get the ball on offense with plenty of ticks left on the clock.
Yeah, there's 3 minutes to go here in the third. King behind the net. Here's Ponto. Centers to Du Bois. Du Bois double team, loses the ball. That's what we need, a little turnover action. Bedford gets the ball back, and now they lose it.
Yeah,
they finally pick it up.
We haven't called his name, but that's a senior, Brian Riccio, doing the right thing. When he could have backed off and found his man, he stayed, and they double teamed the ball, created that pressure, and here we are. Oh, unfortunately,
another turnover.
Yeah, errant pass. Trying to find Matthews open in the middle.
There's a quick shot by BG. Kahn's able to stop that. Looking for an outlet pass. This is dangerous. Ball on the ground. BG gets it right back. I like the idea of the quick transition, but he threw it into a double team and they weren't able to control the ball. Quick shot backed up. Good move there by Kahn, able to get the possession on the shot, getting behind the BG player.
Yeah, Bedford dodging a few bullets here. Lucky to have the ball in their stick without suffering more goals, but really need to take care of the ball here. It's so important to get the offensive possession, get a chance for your offense, your high-powered offense, to get the ball on goal.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the third.
Yeah, we see Riccio, Brian Riccio, the senior, taking on some hacks and calmly flicking it to either Evan Capello, I think that was. Yep. Nice move by the senior to get it clear and really stabilize this offense, keep the ball.
Gets the ball to Helton. Helton with the low riser. Backed up by Bedford. 1:29 to go here in the third. Luke Purnell coming out from behind X, tried to pull the same move that Ponto did, but Feliciano was ready for that. Feliciano's outlet pass quickly hits the ground, but Tyler McLeod's able to pick it up. Now McLeod gets it to Du Bois. Minute to go here in the third. BG up by 4. It's 9-5.
Yeah, credit to Colin Foley. We haven't called his name much on the BG side. Saving that ball. Threw it back in the middle, which was a bit of peril for BG. You don't normally want to throw it back in your defensive end, but they were able to pick up the ground ball and calmly get it over midfield and get another possession.
Here's Ponto one-on-one. Like you said, a little bit of pressure now, trying to force him into a play here. Bongillo guarding him. Ponto, his shot goes high over the net. He's been dangerous today, 4 goals. Backed up by BG, they maintain possession here. Clock ticking, 25 seconds.
Yeah, as we see that's Bennett Matthews extending, just creating some havoc. This takes a lot of energy, but really slowing down BG's offense.
Helton tried to pick up the loose ball. Quick backhand, here's a chance. Oh, clock expires just as the ball got to Capello. Nice idea, the quick over behind, kind of a blind pass into the offensive end almost made a connection there, but time runs out. 3 quarters through, BG, they controlled that period. They got 3 goals, and they already had the 1-goal lead. It's now 9-5. And, you know, a 4-goal deficit with 12 minutes to go. What do you do?
Yeah, that's a hard one because...
What do you have in your bag of tricks that you can pull out?
Yeah, BG has the capability to make this a non-event quarter, as we saw. It's really a ho-hum, couple goals added there, but took a lot of air out of the ball, took a lot of time off the clock. All you can do and all you can tell your team on Bedford is this is the last fourth quarter, last 12 minutes you have of your season. Run hard, press hard, go make some chaos, get the ball on the ground, and that's going to lead to good things.
And every shot you take, make it count.
Take care of the ball, that's right.
That too. We at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. They include Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door. Thank you very much for supporting live sports coverage here on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Giving you audio only live. We'll get you the video in a day or two on BCTV. Make sure you tune in and watch what we're seeing here. Been a pretty good contest for the first half. Like you said, that BG controlled that second half. Let's see if Bedford can find another gear and turn things around and try to make it a little closer.
Yeah, absolutely. And BG has had that advantage of extra players coming off their bench, multiple midfield lines, etc. We'll see. Usually when you start talking about the end of your season, 12 minutes left, these guys have young legs. It should not bother Bedford, but it is a distinct advantage that BG hasn't had to run their number ones quite as much as Bedford has asked from their midfield specifically.
This is game 1 of the doubleheader today in semifinals. 2 versus 3 seed. BG and Bedford. It's going to be 1 and 4. Pinkerton Academy and Exeter right after this. So Bedford will be going from right to left. Riccio trying to win this face-off. He doesn't. Picked up there by Vasquez once again. He's been doing it all day. And that big winning percentage continues to increase on face-offs for BG.
Yeah, and Dylan Riccio, fantastic young man, works incredibly hard. Sometimes it's just really hard, especially at the face-off X, when you go against someone who, in essence, have moves you can't handle. And Dylan keeps fighting, keeps driving. Really strong season for him. Not that it's over, but Vasquez just has something a little bit extra, and Riccio has got to figure out how to crack that here in the fourth quarter.
McGarry with it. Ponto over to King. King gets around his man, centers. Now they slow it down again. Hayden way up top. BG happy to just run the clock here. They've got a 4-goal lead. 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, and again, look, here we see the stall play. The BG team has to show intent to go and attack the goal, and they have not yet. And so the refs were able to call a stall play and keep it in.
And I think what you just saw there was another way to stall it without stalling. By taking a shot, you missed the net, you know you got your guy backing you up, so you're able to maintain possession.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another shot goes wide, but it's backed up. So they don't look like they're stalling. The officials can't call it a stall, but they're stalling.
Yeah, it's one of these things, and it's part of the game. It's how it goes. It's why a lot of the pros in college have gone to a shot clock, and a lot of the the big super leagues down in Maryland, et cetera, have gone to the same. It's something that stops this in essence, because no matter what, you got a shot clock, you got to go. But they don't need a shot clock here.
Nope.
Very nice outside shot by Bo Du Bois.
And I believe that is goal number 3 for Du Bois.
Yeah.
Coming at a 10:09 of the fourth. .5 is your score now. Big 5-goal deficit for the Bulldogs. He said at the beginning of the broadcast, BG has been that mountain that Bedford has had a lot of trouble climbing, and it doesn't look like they're going to do it today.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting the way this goes. A lot of these BG kids actually live in the Bedford district and grew up, played against each other. So it's got one of those games too that there's the familiarity as well. And yeah, it's hard to have a team. If you're Bedford, it's hard to have these BG guys with bragging rights, but it's a strong team, solid team, and as we see it here, it's solid isn't just scoring goals every minute, it's being able to handle the ball, take care of the face-off X, the little things, which they've done well thus far.
Well, not to throw in the towel in just yet, but it would be interesting to see BG and Pinkerton in the final.
Yeah.
Seeing as BG did beat them in the regular season.
And you're right. I mean, 9.5 minutes is a ton of time in lacrosse terms. It's just Bedford really has to go, and as we always used to say, create some chaos. Just make BG uncomfortable, and then take advantage of the opportunities that affords you.
Shot by Ponto, stopped by Kahn. Here's that opportunity for Bedford. Matthews now with it. Matthews over midfield. Bedford now on offense. Matthews trying to get away from Redfern. Waiting for Helton to come by, give him a little chip shot there. And there's a shot by Matthews, backed up by Purnell. Bedford will retain possession.
Yeah, and BG really relying on the junior Tyler McLeod to handle Matthews really one-on-one, and he's been doing a nice job thus far. Matthews just a bit off today in shooting. Been able to get some shots, but off a little bit. But credit to McLeod for keeping Matthews at bay for the large part.
Turnover there by Bedford, but then turned right back over. So the Bulldogs maintain possession, 8:39 to go here in the game. Little blind pass, misses Capello, and it goes out of bounds.
I think Brody Helton there getting the opportunity, trying to actually flick it behind as a shot. Didn't quite get much on that one.
They're going to call that backing up, so Bedford maintains possession here.
Yeah, fortunate to have that one back.
Because it really looked like a pass that went out of bounds.
Yeah.
Ball on the ground, BG gets it. And they're going to give it right back to Feliciano in goal. Try to reset here. Passes out. And now they're on offense. There's a shot there. We've got some new numbers out there for BG, number 17. Tyler McLeod. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Bedford ball. 8:01 to go here. Regulation. They can just get one goal here. Just get something going.
Yeah. Needs to start with this clear. Move the ball.
Gupta sealed off here, and that pass misses everybody. Oh, didn't need that.
Yeah, Parker Gupta is such a strong player all year. Had the ball, was really looking, just stick failed him a bit as BG takes advantage.
Ponto with another quick shot. He just adds another goal to his collection. He's got 5 today.
Yeah, that's a tough one. As you said, looking to get something to happen. You know, team playing really hard. It's Ponto on the replay here coming down and really wondering on the defense. No one slid, trying to stay home, and Ponto was able to get the ball in the back of the goal. What they say is, got to stop the ball. Person with the ball is the most dangerous person in lacrosse, and Bedford failed to do that, unfortunately. Got a goal out of it.
The gap gets deeper. They give up another goal and lose another face-off. So, you know, I know what you said about getting something going, but it's really hard when you can't win the face-offs.
Like we talked about earlier, the make it, take it. It's you know, it's very, very hard to get something going, get some rhythm, and feel like you can, you know, kind of do what you want to, which is how you score, how you play well in lacrosse. And BG, again, as we see them taking their time and doing their subs, you know, all of this is seconds off of the clock. And it really plays it to their advantage when they're up by 6 goals.
Here's Dubois. Taking his time. Gets it over to Hayden, fires a shot high. Backed up by BG. They maintain control. Under 7 to go. Liam Connerty out there for the Cardinals. some of those bench players starting to see some playing time here.
Yeah, senior, 4 years with the program. Great to see him get some opportunity and some meaningful minutes, because this is something that we talked about, something that BG still has to close out. It's not over with 6.5 minutes. It's going to be a tall order, but they really have to keep the pressure down. And again, Bedford really looked at them for them to extend and try to get the ball on the ground and steal some possessions here.
Du Bois, he's playing a little keep away here. Puts the ball on the ground. Bedford had a chance at it, but then it gets all the way to King, so Cardinals retain control. A good play there by Colby Boyd, checking his man off the ball. So the Bulldogs now have possession, and they have 5:55 to get something going here.
Yeah, and hopefully that sparks Boyd and the defense. They see like some pressure, some physicality, really can get the ball on the ground going your way.
Heldon's quick shot is stopped by Feliciano. BG in transition here. Pass in front. Oh, bat behind the back. Oh, man. Now Ponto's showing off. Did you see that one?
Yeah, that was a good one. Was that Ponto, or that could have been Hudson Schmidt? Let's see the replay here.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I think it was Schmidt, number 4. But that the backhand behind the head. Oh boy.
Yeah, I thought actually, because BG had plenty of numbers there. I thought once they got it behind, I thought they were going to pull it down and take some clock. But Schmidt was open, closing angle, able to put it by. I think even Kahn was a bit surprised he was going to try that, but just squeaked betwixt the legs and another goal.
Yeah, it was rattling between the wickets there, and then decided to go in.
Yeah, Hudson Schmidt's going to be talking about that one for a long time, I think. Good goal.
BG wins another face-off. 5:23 to play here. There's Redfern. Joined out there by Drew Redfern, brother. So BG starting to put their bench players in here for a little play time.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are still strong players. Again, another two Bedford boys, I believe. But yeah, strong players, and really helps BG control and maintain a game, because they got fresh legs, fresh minds, able to take some air out and use their legs to move the ball.
Ponto behind the net. 4:30 to go. BG up by a 7-goal margin. It's 12-5. They have scored 7 straight in this contest.
Yeah, and
Drew Redford, go ahead.
Yeah, credit to their defense too. They've really, well, both sides actually. Seems like BG has had the ball for almost the entirety of the third and fourth quarter.
High shot just misses there by King. Backed up by BG. Yeah, I mean, now that you mention it, Bedford's been shut out in this half.
Yeah, and it's good patience too. I mean, these kids are well coached. Camerons have a pretty strong lineage and history here in Division I, and it's showing with discipline, keeping the ball on their side.
Good anticipation there by Kahn. He knew that shot was coming, had the stick in the right spot, picked up the shot. Now Bedford has a chance here, although they've got 7 goals to make up here with 3:39 to play. Looks like the Matthews there gets the ball back. Now he tries a little backhand there. Almost beat Feliciano, not quite. BG coming back. Steinbrook. We got a timeout here. And it looks like, was it a timeout or?
Yeah, I think they may call some type of illegal substitution, just unintended. Helton's running in hard, hit Santos coming out of the box, and I think he released not through the box. A technicality for sure. I think it's hard to argue that's not the right call, but a tough one to go against Bedford given the situation in the game.
Bulldogs with the ball.
Oh, excuse me, I have to take that back completely.
Yeah, that was that was BG that got called for whatever, but they gave Bedford the ball.
Hey, I take it all back. Great call by the referees. Bedford with the ball.
Gupta tries to get inside to Capello. They keep going to Capello. Good move, but Capello really hasn't been able to close it off. He got one shot off in the first half, and the rest of the time the connection hasn't finished. Now they ride the BG player out of bounds.
Yeah,
words extended exchange there. Sorry, yeah.
No, excuse me. Yeah, tough game for Capello. He's trying really hard, digging hard. He's had a couple opportunities, just has not been able to secure the ball and pass. I mean, these are tight passes. This is a fast defense, and Feliciano's done a really nice job standing tall. But you know, tough to see Capello struggling there. He had a great opportunity, just wasn't able to hold on to it.
So one more timeout here, 2:19 to play. This game will wrap shortly, and then the second game will start. The 1-versus-4 Pinkerton Academy against Exeter. Exeter at least getting to play on their home field here. But Pinkerton, the favorite, has the #1 seed. But as we mentioned before, BG beat them in the regular season, so a BG Pinkerton final would be a pretty interesting contest.
Yeah, absolutely. We were at we covered the Pinkerton Bedford game, and it was a really high-paced game. We saw Pinkerton come out very, very fast, and what we thought was going to be two very evenly matched teams, which they are skill-wise, but Pinkerton just put their foot on the gas and didn't let up.
I think it was a 20-7 final, right?
It absolutely was, and so there's that kind of effort win there. If they can come out with that same type of pep against Exeter, I think it's going to be a pretty short night.
Players back on the field, and we will play the final 2:19 here. BG with possession. They can burn the clock down. And Jonah Feliciano's out there. No, sorry, that's number 18. That's Noah Guerrero. Hear the BG fans cheering as they know their team is on its way to picking up a trip to the final. Little collision there and a call on Bedford, I believe.
Yeah, I think this one is an offsides. Luke Purnell thinking he was riding hard and ran right out on the right side of the midline. Ref is not agreeing, saying he stepped onto the defensive side, creating an offsides. Good break for BG. Got to give it to the officials. It's been a pretty clean game. Not a lot of flags going on. They've really controlled it very well.
1:52 to play. There's Du Bois. Gets it to King. Back to Du Bois. Schmidt. Schmidt gets it back from Ponto. Intercepted there. On the ground. Does Bedford get it? Yes, they do. Knocked off the stick. BG gets it back, but a call is made here. Bedford will maintain control.
Yeah, I think we get a hold on the BG team as Colby Boyd was trying to clear it. See if Dylan Riccio was able to run it up and give Bedford another opportunity on offense.
See if Bedford can at least break the shutout streak here in the half. Matthews turns around from goal line extended, fires a shot. It goes wide. Feliciano gets the loose ball. Flings the ball high in the air. And we get a whistle here.
Yeah, perhaps an illegal procedure, or legal pick or something like that, playing without the ball. Bedford with a minute here. Love to let them see, a strong shot. Solid shot, 2-footed on cage. Get something going.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to get shut out. They really haven't had anything that was even dangerous on net.
Yeah.
So play resumes. Bedford with possession here. Helton pushing up against his man, trying to come out from behind X, and he gets the goal, breaks the shutout. Brody Helton.
Yeah, nice individual effort there by Helton. He all year has been able to absorb a lot of contact, and he's kind of shifty, and he looks like he's going half speed, so you let guard down a little bit, but he absorbed contact and turns so fast, able to stick it past Feliciano. You know, maybe a little bit too late, but absorbed the contact, got the penalty. Bedford here, I think, is going to get the ball as well with no face with that penalty to hit high. Here we see the replay, one-on-one again. You see him, he's kind of, doesn't necessarily seem like he's attacking the goal. Actually, he's waiting for the contact after he uses it as a pendulum and spins around and shoots. Nice individual effort by Helton.
That looks a lot like the goal he scored in the first half. So that's 2 goals there for Helton. So Bedford gets the ball back. They break the shutout. Shot hits a body. Matthews sees the ball, picks it up. Helton fires high and wide, goes to the goalpost. Might have left the field entirely. 28 seconds to go. Here's Helton, and he scores again. Helton with Patty.
Yeah, nice shot there. Capello, as he came in, able to fake. We see the fake to Purnell and skip it all the way across the midfield, and Helton from, what is that, about 12 yards, able to sting the top right corner. Very nice shot. Nice feed from Capello, the senior. I want to give credit to a lot of these seniors who have done a really nice job progressing and really winning a ton of games here at Bedford. Same for BG, but we'll talk about Bedford for a second. Really strong showing, really strong, respectable group of guys, too, young men. Really proud to see them move onto the collegiate level. Some of them, whether they're playing or not, have been great representatives and have nothing to hang their head about their careers here at Bedford.
Now they had a solid year. Another quick goal there. Capello gets it, number 2.
And as we talked about, nice to see the face-off win from Brian Riccio. Capello able to absorb the check and the contact, get to the middle, and throw it off side low. Good goal for the senior as we have 14 seconds left in the game.
Well, you know, they've just scored 3 goals in 30 seconds. Could have used that a little sooner.
Absolutely. Lacrosse is an amazing game like that. It just comes in very, very fast spurts, but you need to be able to control that face-off X to get there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they could make up a 4-goal deficit 14 seconds.
That would be impressive.
That would be a record setter,
yeah,
I'm
somewhat
sure.
Unprecedented. But nonetheless.
A little timeout here.
Yeah, good to end with a couple goals.
While we've got a moment, let's thank our underwriters one more time. The people that make our live sports coverage possible on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. They include Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate, New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door. Thank you very much. And of course, they will be underwriting our fall season. This is the end of the spring season. Things will go dark for the summer. And then it'll be football and soccer and volleyball coming up in the fall.
Dark from a sports standpoint.
Yeah,
hopefully
exactly.
we get some light, nice sun like we
Oh,
had.
yeah. I'm definitely not trying to rush through summer. I'm waiting for it to start. I mean, today's a good start.
That's
We
right.
need a few more days like today.
That's right. Like we talked about momentum. Let's hope this is the first day of some momentum for
Exactly.
summer.
But the fall season's not far away. We're getting ready for it. BG wins that face-off. 10 seconds to play. They'll just run it out here, I assume. No, what happened? Are they going to call something on BG? They just turned the ball over here.
I actually don't know what that one was. If it was some type of unsportsmanlike or something like that, I didn't see anything egregious at all. But I can't imagine what it could have been.
That was a pass for Purnell, just trying to do something aggressive there. Goes out of bounds with 1 second to go. This should be it as soon as they get the ball in bounds. And let's see what happens. There he goes. Game is over. Score got closer, but it was really all BG in the second half, 8-12.
Yeah, much like their first showing, it was tight at the beginning, and BG just continued to push and press and find openings and score goals. Again, credit to the Bedford team all year, been fighting, getting better. Those seniors have done a great job for the Bedford high school program. Sorry to see them go, but wish them all the best as they get on to their next endeavors.
Michael Ponto with 5 goals. For Bedford, Brody Helton with 3, 2 of them coming late. That is going to do it here for this game and for the Bedford sports season. So Jay, thank you very much for joining me on this broadcast. It's a shame we couldn't have Corey here. I know that you guys are the A team, but we did the best we could.
1A, 1B. We're all the A team.
Andrew Fenn back in the studio taking care of the replays. Of course, Bill Jennings on camera. And we want to thank Eric Chellis from Blue Hawk Media, who set the table for us here, got us a great broadcast location, and we're going to stick around and call his game in a little while. So long from Bilbao Stadium. Your final score: Bedford make that BG 12, Bedford 8. You've been watching and listening to Bedford Lacrosse on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. So long, everybody.